Buenos días, lección 57 para la primaria superior. Zipper, al campo en coche, and 2 steps to commands. Let's talk about the zipper first. Here we have una chaqueta, and I know you're looking at the botones on the chaqueta, but there is a zipper underneath there. Let's just say so. What would happen if we spelled this like this? Well, that would be chaceta. Okay, well then, what if we spelled it like this? Because we're trying to preserve the K sound, or the hard C sound. Well, by now you know that the letter K is not used very often in Espanol. So we can't do chaqueta like that. Es una chaqueta. Jacket. How would we say coat? What if you wanted to call that a coat? Well, you could. So let me go ahead and tell you how we do this. Saco, but normally I would refer to a saco as a longer coat. If you don't want to use chaqueta, which is just fine, you can also say abrigo. But neither of those words is for me is what I would use for chaqueta. A zipper is un cierre. Cierre. And it comes from the word cerrar, to close, a word I use from time to time in the lessons. One time I was in another country and I asked somebody for another way to say zipper besides cierre. The person said, zipper. I thought, boy, that's a different kind of word, zipper. Years later, I realized the person was saying zipper, spelled like this, Z-I-P-E-R. A zipper is a closer. In Espanol, cierre. So, next time you go to a store to buy una chaqueta, ask if they have any with closers on them. And if they say, what are you talking about? Just say to them, does anybody here know anything about Espanol? We're going to use left, right, and straight ahead now. Al campo en coche. We're going to head out to the countryside in a car. And we're going to use these. Izquierda. Derecho. Straight ahead. Derecha. Let's do a practice run. Here goes my coche. Al campo en coche. Derecho. Izquierda. Derecha. Izquierda. Derecho. What are we going to do now? We're going to keep on going straight. Whichever way we were headed, that's derecho. Derecha. A la derecha. Derecho. Muy rápido. Derecho. A la izquierda. A la izquierda. A la derecha. Now I want you to draw la ruta, the route. La ruta. And I want you to stay just ahead of me. Derecho. A la izquierda. A la derecha. A la derecha. Derecho. Derecho. A la derecha. A la derecha. A la derecha. A la izquierda. Derecho. Derecho. Alto. Okay, draw another ruta. Let's start over here. Derecho. Derecho. A la derecha. A la derecha. A la derecha. A la izquierda. Derecho. Derecho. A la derecha. A la derecha. Derecho, rápido derecho, adelante. A la izquierda. A la derecha. Whoops. A la derecha. Derecho. A la izquierda. Alto. Poner. Pongo. I put. I set. I place. Ponga. That's a mandato. Or we can use the do form. Pon el platillo sobre el vaso. Ponga, using the usted form, a little more formal. Ponga el cuchillo sobre el platillo. And now if we want to make this plural, pongan, you, plural, you guys, you all. Pongan el vaso sobre el platillo. So everyone's going to do that. Pongan el vaso sobre el platillo, everybody. So like I've said before, we can't hardly get through 5 minutes of a day with other people without using commands, whether we're sending a text message or, whether we're writing or talking. Now, let's use the do form for the command. Pon. Usted ponga. Ustedes pongan. And then what if we're saying, you might say we're giving a command to ourselves? Well, we are. We would say, what? Pongamos. Poner. Pongo. I take the yo form first when I want to make a command. And then I add the opposite vowel, and I get ponga. Hacer, to do or to make. Yo form, hago. Command form, haga. Usted haga. And how do we say, do it? Well, with the do form, we do it like this. With the do form, we don't start with the yo form. Hazlo, do it. But if we want to make it more formal, hágalo. Hágalo. Since it's the third syllable from the end that we want to accent, we have to put the accent over it. Hágalo. And if we want to make it a plural, telling more than one person, do it. We don't want to do it. Do it. Háganlo. So when we're making mandatos, we start with the yo form of the verb, and then we add what I call the opposite vowel. So let's use the word decir, and these are all of the different people that we can be telling what to do. We'll use the word decir, and we'll do it like this. We know it's digo. Digo is the yo form, but guess what? The do form is never the same as the others. It's just di in this case. So we take digo and we add the opposite vowel. Let's just go over it here. We take digo and we add the opposite vowel and make it plural. And so we're telling them, hey, tell, digan. And if we're going to say to ourselves, let's say or let's tell, digo, add the opposite vowel, digamos. Digamos, let's say or let's tell. What's missing with this? Háganlo, háganlo. ¿Qué falta? ¿Qué falta? Well, háganlo. The accent's up here, and we are 3 syllables from the end. So we need to put an accent on here. Otherwise it'd be háganlo. But now we have háganlo. Do it!